Why are you licking that?
You should have bailed, man.
That was a shitty car too. I should have. Could I have gotten insurance on that?
That clown was probably still sitting there too.
Different road, different car, same vintage.
Oh, look. Welcome, horrible people, to the Horrorble Opinions podcast. As always, I'm your horrible other thing that also lives in your barn that is never actually helpful. There's nothing you can do to make me helpful. Kenny.
I'm your favorite elf on a shelf, Grubbins.
I'm surprised you don't know what porridge is, Ryan.
Did you know what porridge was?
I
know you'd heard the word before, but did you know what it was?
Yeah.
Daniel?
Poor people food.
No.
What do you mean, no?
No, this is what you eat porridge when you're sick.
No.
You eat soup when you're sick.
Eat chicken soup or turkey chicken soup.
No.
It's a nice brothy soup.
Remember when I used to make that turkey carcass soup all the time this time of year?
Always gave me gas.
It was good though, right?
No,
yeah,
the gas was
it filled
bad.
his car every day, every Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Gas
Just like
prices
this
are going
movie
down. Thanks,
fills
Obama.
our hearts.
Huh? Oh.
Yeah, because we're watching for our second Christmas movie of this year. There's something in the barn.
Something.
Thing.
In the barn.
In the barn. Yeah, we're watching something in the barn. 2023 just came out. Maybe you heard of it, maybe you haven't. Because I haven't really seen any ads for this. In fact, I wouldn't have known it existed had it not been for Ryan to tell me, hey, we're watching this.
For
And
that
I'm like,
sweet
great.
little boy, for that sweet little guy over there.
I told you
A
we were
sweet
watching
little-
this before it even went to theaters, based on the premise that there are like little monsters and it's Christmas. Done.
I don't think it went to theaters.
The hell it didn't.
Not around here.
The world's a big place, yo.
You know who else doesn't go to theaters?
Daniel.
Me. Yeah.
The world is a big place. You get even less things in theaters in China than we do here.
And yet, no, this didn't make it over. But,
Yeah, because they probably are offended by elves.
no, we good with elves.
They don't like little people.
They don't like, they smell.
Some of them smell. Babies smell.
Baby smell.
Daniel, what's a synopsis of this movie? And you can't say evil
Daniel-
ends tonight.
Evil ends tonight. Why would I say evil ends tonight? I was just going to say gremlins. And I've said it. Gremlins.
He said it.
No.
No, you're right with Gremlins. Gremlins is a big old influence on this.
Americans move to Norway. Is that right?
I mean, it's only on their winter hat, but yes, very good.
Norway, because they inherit a house from a dead relative, and this house has a barn, and it turns out that there's I don't think there's actually anything magical about these creatures, but turns out there's little elves that live in the barn. Well, one little elf, and you got to treat them nice because there's rules. But if you treat them nice, he'll do stuff for you. But if you break the rules, bad stuff will happen, and they break the rules.
There is something magical about them.
I mean, if they're not magical, then are they just like little Norway people that
Well, I mean,
look like that?
They just
work ethic.
they just kick them.
They have the Protestant worth ethic.
They just
for
kick 'em.
sure.
Mm.
Well, no, you kick them, but they keep getting up.
Yeah,
They're
they
like
get
one of those
knocked down, but
punching-
they get
I
up
think they're
again.
just
Punching
little
dolls.
drunk people.
Aren't we all
Yeah.
sometimes?
Honestly, they're the Southerners of Norway, especially when they discover firearms and alcohol.
Yeah, they're a good time. Each one has a personality, like each one of them gremlins had a personality, because this movie is Gremlins.
Well, yeah, because not all little people are the same.
I'm not saying that.
Sounds
But
an
I-
awful lot
but
like
I
that's what
am.
you're saying.
But
Yeah.
I am saying that.
Yeah, 100% Gremlins. In fact, at some point I wrote down what the pitch deck for this movie probably was.
It's just that Key and Peele sketch.
No, it's Gremlins. It's Gremlins, Krampus, and Eight-Legged Freaks.
I would throw in a little bit of National Lampoon's Christmas. What was it? Christmas?
You could.
Yeah, Christmas.
Sure. You could throw that in. Yeah.
A little
we
bit.
got a stew going.
You know, it's your pitch deck, dog. I'm just trying to help you flavor it.
Now, the reason I said Daniel Evil ends tonight is because we opened this movie with Norway guy saying how he's gonna just end it. He's gonna tear the barn down. He's splashing gas everywhere, and I'm just like, yeah, evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight. But here comes a baby carriage with a bear trap, and I got
and he sees the bear trap,
and yet
he still almost gets hit by it.
And he knows what's going on.
And yet, he still wants to touch it. What?
That's just curiosity, man.
Is that my bear trap? Snap. Oh shit. You know what? You done gremlined the wires in my tractor, my John Deere, so now I can't pull the barn down like I was gonna do, which is a weird way to go, but okay. So now I'm gonna burn this mother down, but you're gonna trick me by showing me a bear trap, and I'm obviously gonna be excited by it, and then I'm gonna fall down in the gas, and that's gonna make me mad. So then I'm gonna end up upstairs in the barn, and then you're gonna throw a random fire tire swinging on a rope at me?
Well,
knock me out of the barn?
He got home alone out a window while on fire.
Now, would the snow put out the fire?
I don't know. Well, no, because he doesn't stop, drop, and roll.
He does not.
He stops.
At no point does he stop, drop, and roll. And I'm screaming.
He stops, waves, and
stop,
burns.
Drop, and roll.
It's the worst thing you could do.
Well, they don't teach that over there because people don't normally get burned in Norway. This ain't America.
They don't walk around burning each other in the face like we do.
Yeah, that's
they
an
don't
American
just
thing.
walk around burning each other in the face.
This ain't Detroit.
This ain't Detroit.
I don't know what accent we're doing, but
it's not Norwegian.
It's not.
It's not.
Yeah. We'll get there.
Can I just say I appreciate we really get to see how the cops work around there. It all makes sense now.
It's very consistent.
Yeah. Like, well, I do it. I do it all along. They do exist. They're just, the A team is off taking care of Nana Beard situations, and then the B team's left there,
Look,
it's just kids.
They got pork belly in the oven, Love Actually on the TV. You drunk Americans. What can you do?
Shouldn't even know how to ride a jet ski properly.
I really liked those
or a snowmobile.
Creepy elf postcard things for the trailers.
The old timey Christmas things while we're doing the credits and stuff early on.
Yeah, I like that. Nice little low key sinister.
Creepy AF.
And then like every Christmas movie we're watching, we get a 1 year later.
1 year later. And we get to see these great shots of what's supposed to be snowy in Norway. I don't know if it is actually Norway. I didn't look to see any filming locations, but it's pretty.
Well, if you look closely, you'll see that the snow, that's Norwegian snow.
Oh, shit.
Because it's happy?
Well, if you'll look, happiest country on earth. You know why they're so happy?
Moose signs. Moose signs everywhere.
I was going to say because Martin Starr was there.
But he's probably not always there, though.
But in their hearts, he is. Martin Starr makes me happy.
Yeah.
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 I was so happy
to
see him.
You see yourself in
like
this character? Is that what I'm hearing?
I like Martin Starr. Everything he's in.
Everybody likes Martin Starr.
Mm.
Everything he's in, Ryan.
He shines.
I'm waiting for Kenny to tell me the laundry list of everything else he's been in.
Your favorite movie we've covered.
You should have seen everything he's been in.
Also, but more importantly, he's in your favorite movie we've covered.
I'll be honest with you, I forgot he had a small part in that when they're like, you opened the Cthulhu mask without me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ryan, you would appreciate him. He only does hard sci-fi. You over there wearing that NASA shirt, you probably only like that hard sci-fi.
That's the sound of just everything going over Ryan's head, his bald little head. That's why it's bald, because everything flying over it just...
Nothing to latch onto, nothing to catch it.
Ryan, you like Martin Starr, Ryan.
You like Martin Starr.
I like Martin Starr.
Now he's like, which one was Martin Starr?
In this movie,
that the little guy?
He was Bill.
He was Bill. And he's great. And right off the bat, they're a classic American family blocking the road, the snow-covered road with their car to get out and take a picture of the family in front of a moose sign.
Oh, my goodness. This is going to be so great. Let's get out family photo. It's just like, what's in the background? What's in the background?
It's a moose.
It's a CGI moose. Oh, hi, buddy. Was that a CGI moose, or was it just weirdly edited together?
I think it was a real moose composited into the frame.
Okay.
Just kind of like that weredeer. They didn't have the people in the same room as the weredeer.
This is true. They never did.
Because that weredeer was too...
Now, when approaching a baby moose, It's always important to check the left and the right.
Don't.
No, come on. Where's your spirit of
a moose
adventure?
Do you know how big a moose is?
They're the size of dinosaurs.
Real big.
Yeah. A moose will
Dinosaurs
fuck you
look
up,
to
and
them.
they're mean. They're not nice.
You can drive into a moose, and you'll just knock out its legs. The mass of it will go over the top of your car. They're huge.
You probably won't even knock out its legs. Your car will probably wrap around its leg and be like, oh, bug must have hit me.
Ask me if I know how big a moose is. I've seen northern exposure.
Okay, yeah.
Have you seen my exposure?
And maybe one other person who listens to us has as well. So there we go. No, go ahead.
You don't get out and you don't go messing with no mooses. And then they get pulled over for messing with a moose.
Well, they get trapped in their car because Daddy Moose comes over and is like, you stop touching my boy.
You need to finish him. You can't just stop touching my boy.
I think that got lost in translation when the sheriff rolled up and like, you know what? Once you start with nature, you gotta finish nature.
You gotta finish nature.
You gotta finish nature all over your face.
Or it comes back and punches you in your faces. Have a lovely day.
With your moose knuckle.
I love the Kardashians.
Oh, Americans. Now, I will say their little winter caps there with Norway written all across them, that's way less intimidating than, a cap with like America or USA written across it. Like it's sending a different message. But, I'm just like, do you do that? You go to other countries and wear hats with the country's name on it?
Yeah.
What's the longest named country?
Adjurkistan.
It's got to be it's gonna be a stan, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying.
Azkaban. You don't see Sirius Black walking around with a hat on that says Azkaban.
Well, that's because he's in a dog form most of the time, so he wouldn't be needing a hat.
Dogs wearing hats are cute.
What about
dogs wearing anything are cute?
What about wearing a sweater?
You shouldn't put sweaters.
Cute.
I don't think you should put sweaters on your animal.
I appreciate that everywhere we go, people stop and speak American for us.
It's very nice.
Yeah. When you took over the world and made everyone learn English,
right?
That was a good thing.
Do you guys like driving on snow?
Yeah, I do.
Oof.
You don't have a good track record with it.
Who are you talking to?
You or him. Either one of you.
Definitely not
I've
me.
I've never wrecked in snow.
You've never. Oh, was it just ice?
That's just ice.
Oh. Yeah. There's that one road you could take toward in Colombia that where it has a ravine off to the side if you're going a little bit scenic. And I would take that. And then one time I did it, I saw my car drifting almost off the side, and I opened the door because I was going to bail because I was about to go over the cliff. But I didn't. I did not, but I was seatbelt was off, ready to go.
Why are you licking that?
You should have bailed, man.
That was a shitty car too. I should have. Could I have gotten insurance on that?
That clown was probably still sitting there too.
Different road, different car, same vintage.
Oh, look.
So, when is your future going to be a bed, breakfast, in a barn?
Right, all the time. It just needs some touch-ups. When is inheriting a place from a relative ever a good thing? Because it seems like it's always haunted or something. At least he says he's been there before. Like, this isn't totally new. He'd been there when he was a kid. But so it's not all sight unseen. But you never go just move the family right into the inherited place. It's haunted.
My question is like, how you get money?
They don't need it. They inherited the house, and they're in Norway. Everything's free.
I don't think that's true.
No, they're the only ones with guns. Everything's free.
Okay.
It's about the implications.
But they don't have guns.
They don't have to have them. They're American.
It's about the implication because they're Americans coming over. Right.
Obviously, they have guns.
Obviously, yeah. Okay.
Do you think they would have set up all those bright lights and Santa decorations outside their house? When Norway doesn't even celebrate American Christmas, they're out there doing like and shit.
I cannot tell you, it's confidential.
Oh, come on, why not?
No, I can't. Anyway, how is your sex life?
Did you just make that up? Are you being offensive right now?
I think this is a thing. Challenge me.
If I
ain't Googling anything.
If I Bing, does Norway celebrate? What will happen?
What will you get?
Your answers.
It'll get
all
answers.
the answers. Well, we got a family daddy. Okay, we got Martin Starr. He's daddy. We got stepmommy. 'Cause
Norway celebrates Christmas.
Norway
You
celebrates
ignorant
Christmas, Ryan.
skink.
But they call it
Sick vandalism. It's a deliberate mutilation of a public service message.
You just don't know. We got stepmommy because real mommy left him for death.
Yeah, it's true. She bailed out of a car into a gully.
We got older daughter. How old do we think she is? Like 16?
16-ish?
Yeah. We've got younger sweet baby boy Lucas, who's, I don't know, 14.
He's got a very cherubic face.
Yeah, you just want to pinch those little cheeks. His face cheeks.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, it's Norway. You don't know what they be pinching over there. They celebrate
The 4th of July.
a bunch of weirdos. And then you got little baby man, barn elf, who
Grubbins.
they named Grubbins.
Grubbins.
If you're ever wondering what Grubbins look like, Ryan, that's him.
That's him.
Adorable.
They inherited that place. And now look, we're in this house. It's a nice house, right? It's a good start. It doesn't look haunted.
Talking
There's
about
a
the barn
creepy-
or the house?
The house, because I said a house.
House
not a
looks
barn.
solid.
Then
Yeah, but are you talking about the house or the barn?
But then Martin, I'm just gonna call him Martin. Bill takes his wife over and the family over to the barn and has her eyes covered. And it's like they're gonna turn that barn into a bed and breakfast. Which, I mean, duh, who doesn't want a bed and breakfast in Norway? He's got her eyes covered, and I guess he's been hyping this place up. And he takes his hands away from her eyes, and the speed that the joy falls away from her face as she sees what a shithole the barn is hilarious. The house is great. The barn is great for a barn.
Perfect for a Grubbins to live in.
Yeah, but turning that to a bed and breakfast, I don't know, dog. I don't know. And then little Lucas, last one in the barn, and he's like exploring, and then like a shovel falls down, and there's a movement, and he's like, oh shit. And he runs back inside, and he goes, there's something in the barn. Said the movie, name of the movie, like real quick. They're getting right in it. I was like, this is the name, and we said it. And then Dad's like, whatever, man. I don't care what you're saying, dog. Like, check it out. You guys want to do something fun tonight? He's like, oh, hell yeah. And then cut to them all standing on the porch staring at the sky. It's like, you gotta love the northern lights. And it's all fucking overcast. You can't see shit.
Can't see shit.
Hilarious. Dad is killing it. Killing it. I think that's a solid setup for this family. You know, I'm not as, like, endeared to them as I am, say, the family in Evil Dead Rise. But it's okay. It's, you know, I like them enough. That's kind of my deal with this whole movie. I like this movie quite a bit, but there's just like one last like little hump it doesn't get over for me to be truly like transcendent all-time banger. It's really good. I'll watch this every winter because I like Christmas horror movies, but I don't think it quite hits the level of Krampus for me. Like it's just something missing. I think it's if I knew what those elves were saying.
I mean, I can tell you what they're saying.
Oh, you speak
barnelfish?
barnelfish?
I speak barnelf.
Barnelfish? You know, until you just said it, I didn't know that's what that was. I just thought it was like barnelfish.
Yeah, well, the subtitles pushed it all together like barnelfish.
Barnelfish.
Wow,
Yeah.
You guys are dumb.
This is why we have you
Ryan
on.
didn't. No, I'm not done.
I'm just like, barnelfish. Is this a real language that's spoken?
What is barnelfish?
I'm checking my Google Translate. I'm like, how do I say hello in barnelfish?
I would like to learn to speak barnelfish.
Can I speak barnelfish?
Can
Why
I
doesn't
speak
it
the
sound more
barnelfish?
aquatic?
Well, you know how they are.
Oh, I
Little
do.
baby boy, though, he'd be looking from his bedroom window that night.
He's so
He sees those
voyeuristic.
Those little glowy eyes.
perv.
Looking back at him.
Ooh, spooky.
Yeah. Now we're going to go into town, see more of these happiest people on Earth.
They look so happy.
You know, it's fucking freezing out here. Don't say the F word. Sorry. Fucking cold. We knew it was coming. Snarky ass daughter. You can beat her ass in Norway. And a punishment thing, not a
What are you talking about?
snarky ass daughter making the move uncomfortable for everyone. She'd just be sitting in her room crying sometimes.
She left all her friends.
Why'd she do that?
How's she gonna make money in Norway?
You don't need money in Norway.
How does anyone make money?
You open a
You
ski
can have
shop.
know.
you have all the Lutefisk that you can like
Lutefisk.
desire for free.
Oh,
Have you tried Lutefisk?
9.
Oh, that's a lot of them.
But
Maybe
when
we'll
we
just
get there,
ordered
I've-
one at first.
I've tried something I think is comparable, but we'll talk about it when we get there. Notlicious. I love your
Be
onesie.
notlicious.
Suits you.
Well, I like like 3 of the family members, everyone but baby boy sits down in like a little tavern, and everyone's like grumpy as fuck. The daughter's like, or what was wife? I don't remember which. Like, oh, so these are the happiest people on Earth, and I'm like, ha, yeah, you said it. And the wife immediately goes over there and tries showing like the random grumpiest dude in the building, like, here's how we're turning this into a bed and breakfast. And he's just staring at her like he wants to end her life.
Wants to hit her with a snow shovel. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. And then Bill's like, they just don't get it yet. They'll get it. I'm like, no, oh God. But now baby boy Lucas is out there at the town outside museum.
It's Nisseland.
Yeah. What is that, little elf land?
That's Elf and Elf Museum. Yeah. How cool is that?
Yeah.
You go in there, you hang out with the elves and the little gingerbread houses.
That's offensive. They don't live in gingerbread.
Oh, is it pure wheat rye?
They live in Rivendell, Master Ryan.
Rivendell, Master Ryan.
The horse buggers.
Home of the horse lords.
The horse buggers.
Yeah. Well, they use this opportunity to give us...
horse buggers. There's no horse buggery. Not in my barn.
He gives us
There's
a lore
something in the
dump.
barn, and it's horse buggery.
They better not be buggering no horses.
If it's Riverdale?
It's Riverdance, Master Ryan.
What did he tell us with the lore dump?
What did he tell us with the lore dump? Okay, so here's the deal. You got a barn elf, right? You treat them right, they treat you right. If not, I've heard of them breaking the necks of cows and shoving their carcasses into milk cartons.
It's okay,
Goddamn.
Lucas. This is not a real thing.
It's not a real thing, Lucas. Our barn is your home. Are you impressed? You're impressed. Barn elf, very old-fashioned. Hates changes. Doesn't like artificial light and hates loud noises. In other words,
Daniel.
Yes.
Little old people.
Little old
Daniel.
Daniel. No, just Daniel.
Yeah, Lucas walked away before the guy got a chance to tell him how racist they were too.
Daniel.
Big time. Well,
Oh my God, can you imagine this elf's antics if a black family moved in there?
We get them smoking, the devil's lettuce in addition to drinking.
Okay, what?
I think a barn elf would be down with that. They're down with drinking.
Oh yeah,
Once they figure out
if
what
they
it
had
is.
gotten some wacky tobacco, I wanted to see these elves on meth.
Oh, little guys on
if
meth.
Proper
of-
white
if-
America coming over to
If
Norway.
a white American family came over, but instead of turning the barn into a bread and breakfast, they were
Bed
going
and
to turn it
breakfast.
into a meth lab.
Meth lab.
So it's the sequel to Breaking Bad.
As a Breaking
When
Bad Norway
they have to
edition.
leave,
We
they have
use
to
the
run away.
pure Norwegian snow to make the purest shit.
Look at that Norwegian blue, baby.
That's
Say my
amazing.
name. Barnelfish.
Barnelfish.
I'm the one who knocks.
I'm the one who
I'm
wants
the
to roll
one
the bones.
who slays your Christmas Santa.
Well, for
In the
something
barn.
that seems like everyone thinks is a myth, the little boy certainly gets them to come out real easy. So I don't think these guys are actually trying to hide. And I feel like everyone knows they exist. So why lie to the boy?
I think if you don't have one, you don't know. And if you have
Yeah.
one,
I
I
don't
don't
tell anyone. You keep that a secret.
You
'cause
keep it a
that's-
secret. You don't.
I got
'cause
news for you
it's
guys. That's like a little
shameful.
slave for you. It's a little. I don't think it's shameful. It's a little slave. You give that guy
No.
a cookie, and he plows the snow for you.
That's a heckin' lot of snow that
Well,
he plowed.
He plows that cookie too when you turn your back. So it's a win-win.
Not
He was plowing cookie.
Oh,
he's plowing
Don't
cookie.
talk to me.
We
No.
no.
He
We
better
got
not.
dog buggery going on
That's
too.
where Cookie
Leave
got the
Cookie
taste
out
for
of
love.
this.
Okay, once you have a taste of
No.
barnelfish, you never go back.
That's why
can't.
Cookie smelled bad.
Smelled like
no.
smelled like
You smell like
Ancient-
buggery, Cookie.
ancient ancestor
No.
buggery.
Were you elf buggered, Cookie?
There's a support group for that. Hi, my name is Daniel, and I was elf buggered.
It's
Elf
elfish.
Buggery Anonymous.
Yeah, that barn elf just comes right out into the light, and we see it, and I'm like, this is awesome. Yeah, eat that cookie.
Well, it's because he's not used to like American tricks where the boy's like, I know you're here. It's like, oh shit, he knows I'm here, and just walks out. Like a Norwegian, they don't lie.
I say that every time I go into any room,
I
just
know
in
you're
case.
here.
But you're saying it to spiders.
Well, he
Challenge
comes
me.
out, and baby boy gives him a cookie, and he fucking two-hand noms that fucking
He
thing.
two-hand jams it.
It's so
And
cute.
then it's like we're best friends now. But then he makes a noise and ninja vanish. He knocks over like a ladder or some shit. And then that's when we cut back to like baby girls again, just sitting in a room crying.
Oh my god, this is Gremlins because he got bright lighted in the face. He said, "No bright light,"
It's bright lights.
and he
yeah.
ran away like Gizmo. Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have your happy vision. Norway will grow on you.
The only thing gonna grow on me are icicles.
Yeah. Both of those should be Norway's taglines. Like, welcome to Norway. It'll grow on you.
So something I noticed, because it's stepmom Carol who's talking to, I think it's Nora.
Sure.
And normally in this kind of thing, I would have thought you would have more dialogue where one of the kids, when the real stress starts telling Carol how, like, you're not my real mom, I don't have to listen to you. But at no point in the movie do either one of them say that. They either just call her mom or leave it at that.
Because that's her insecurity. They're past that.
They're past that, man. She's not the wicked
they even
stepmother.
address it later.
Yeah.
Bill.
I would say he sucks. She's fine.
She's trying to be a parent.
She's
Bill
gorgeous.
Hides from conflict.
Wait, what, Ryan?
You heard me. She's beautiful. She's a beautiful cult leader. I'm sure whatever Happy Vision is, I'm sure she was going to have so many cult followers. It's all yoga.
I thought
It was
she had a funky face, but...
What? Is that a joke?
The first normal woman he ever fell for?
And you think she looks like a gremlin? How dare you say that?
Something's up with her.
We're talking
I
about the
don't
one
trust
in the
her.
red hat, right?
I don't remember what color their hats were.
Oh, we're
Short, bearded, had the red hat. She was fine.
Adorable.
the one that ate the cookie.
The one
Yeah.
that ate the double-fisted it?
Yeah. Gorgeous.
Oh, the way you're double fisting that cookie, I would like to double fist you.
I am down for some buggery. Do you want to get buggered or I'll get buggered? Someone's getting buggered
Someone's
tonight.
getting buggered in the
Evil
barn
gets
tonight.
buggered tonight.
But in the barn.
in the barn. It has to be in the barn.
In the barn. I like, though, that baby girl sitting there bawling, and then she, like, pours her heart out to her friend, but the call disconnected.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That's great.
Yeah.
Take that.
Look, I wrote a note that says, it's nice to milk you, and I don't know what that means.
She's
getting
nice
milk,
to milk
And
you.
the elf sneaks up behind her, and she sees his reflection, and she drops her milk.
That happens.
And the glass breaks, and then she doesn't even fucking clean it up.
Yeah, thanks for dropping glass where my children go to get milk and drop their glasses. But that happens way later. So
Well, that's my only possible idea for what Kenny's note means.
I have no
nice
idea.
to milk you.
It's before they have even mentioned the barn party, so it's early in the morning, early in the movie. Nice to milk you.
Nice. I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe you
I
thought
think he was looking at the little guy, and he's like, you know what? It would be nice to milk you.
it would be nice to
I've
milk
had
you.
nipples, Greg. Can you milk me? Anyway,
Barnelfish.
Bill and Carol decide we gotta get our new neighbors over here for a barn party, and that's gonna make them all our friends. Would you go to, like, someone just moved in next door and say, hey, we're throwing a party, why don't you all to come? Would you go?
Yes.
No, I wouldn't go.
Daniel. Yeah, of course
I knew
not.
Daniel wouldn't go.
Why wouldn't you go?
I would go, but because Kim made me.
Why wouldn't you go?
What do you
has
mean,
that
why
power.
wouldn't I go? Why would I go?
Because Daniel is a lot
Adventure.
like me in that we don't want to talk to our neighbors.
But here's the
We
thing.
don't want them to know we exist.
Neighbors will sometimes have barbecues, and if you talk to them, you get invited to that barbecue and eat their food.
Until that car crashed through the garage, I'm pretty sure all the neighbors thought I was like Bigfoot.
But smaller.
You would occasionally catch a glimpse of me getting
They
the
call him
mail,
Babyfoot.
and then I would run back inside. Like, oh,
It's
a rare
great.
sighting of the Bigfoot.
And they saw you and they just called
'Cause-
you middle seat.
Middle seat.
Middle
Babyfoot.
seat.
Look, the problem with neighbors,
Barn
Brian,
bugger.
is sooner or later you're going to get one that's going to be like, oh, I see they're home. And they're going to go over to your house and they're going to knock on your door because they want to talk to you about something that you don't care about.
No, that doesn't
Can I tell
happen.
you
It's gonna happen
something?
sooner or later.
That doesn't
So you just
happen.
avoid all
No,
of that.
I
They
don't
come
care
over.
about 99% of everything.
No. They come over and you start playing board games. You start playing video games.
No.
Well, that's what
we
you
got
do.
the boys for.
That's what, yeah, I don't even play games with the boys. You want me to play with a stranger?
You make them do that, and then if they're not down with that, they don't come back.
Because you show them your dick.
Well, how else are you
And
going
if
to
they're
move the
not
pieces?
down with that, you bring them to the barn, and you be like, you know what this barn's for?
Warding off
you ever heard of
vampires.
50 Shades of Grey? Well, this is 50 Shades of White, and that's all the different levels of whiteness you're going to see as I take off my clothes.
The beacons have been lit.
There's the white on my face. That gets a lot of sun. That's still pretty pale. There's the white on my arms. Sometimes I put lotion on them. No, here comes the shirt. Oh, you're blind.
Oh,
Wait
here
till you
comes
see
the
the ass.
crack of my ass.
The crack of doom. Look.
The horse buggers.
I'm going to go out and clear the driveway of snow because it's not just going to clear itself. and I'm pretty sure we all said, I bet it's already cleared.
Yeah, because he gave the guy a cookie.
He gave him a
if
cookie.
You give an elf
Give
a
an elf a
cookie.
cookie.
It will.
He
He'll plow
shovel
your
your
wife.
driveway.
Well, I mean, eventually, if that's what needs getting plowed, I'm sure it would have.
I
Oh,
did
he'll
it
plow.
because you
Wait,
needed
can he
it
say
done,
he'll plow
Bill.
your wife?
Yes.
It needed to be done, Bill. I didn't want to
Look,
do
if
it.
Bill goes out there and starts complaining, just the plowing of my wife is not going well. It's not doing what I expected. And he's like,
Call the boys.
chocolate bar? All right. I mean, pay your taxes, social democracy, will plow your wife.
Barn Elf is like, man, the last time this went down, they made a Disney movie about us.
What was the snow?
When those 7 dwarves had some weird orgy on top of the Snow White.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
That did on
Our Independence Day.
It's a thing somewhere.
What? Show me the sign language for give cookie now. That's correct. It's 2 hands up to your face, and you got like little spider fingers, but they're pointed at your mouth, and they're just going back and forth like cookie now. What was Lucas drawing? Was that a plane? Do you remember?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Why is he drawing a elf in the room? Like elf on a shelf, but elf in a room.
Does the elf have a magic power to pop out of wardrobes
So it's like,
They vanish.
or cabinets?
yeah, it's kind of like,
Or little boys' rooms.
what's that
Or
movie
is it just little boys' rooms?
with Monsters? And not Monsters Inc.
Gremlins.
The Monsters Inc. works too. No, it's with monsters under the bed.
Little monsters.
Little monsters. Thank you. It's like that, Daniel.
I
I
didn't
don't
make it.
know what that is, but with Monsters
Howie
Inc., they come out
Mandel.
of the closet.
One of the little Savage boys. Not Randy.
You saying Howie Mandel savaged a little boy?
He could have. He was a monster.
But a little one.
You walk out and you find your like driveway and all that stuff plowed like that. Are you doing what Bill does? Like, well, it's Norway. You know, they do all that stuff for you for free. Or are you just like, who
Bill-
the fuck was just out here?
Bill is dressed in yellow. He is eternally
Oh my god.
an idiot.
He's willfully like he doesn't want anything
Willfully
bad to be
upbeat.
happening.
Yeah.
So like that's everything. He just kind of like, well, like when he's trying to adorably cut wood and he gives up and he comes back and all the wood's cut and stacked. He's like, I'm losing my mind. But like, you didn't cut all that wood, dog.
I think that's part of her cult teachings.
Happy visions.
Happy vision.
I just got stabbed. You know what? I'm losing a little bit of weight as this blood falls out of me. That's good. I said I wanted to lose some weight. Now I'm losing the weight.
Hey, do you want to...
And I said, Daddy.
Daddy?
You take the bunny suit off.
you take the bunny suit off. And I said, no, Daddy. I need this. I'm going to go get buggered by an elf in the barn. He's going to eat my cookie. I'm going to put cookies on my asshole. And he's going to take the fingers and he's going to do the finger thing to my asshole, Daddy. In Norway, do as Norwegians do. We're going to be Christmas. Fucking boots.
It's
Cheese race.
fucking... Why can't I finish this sentence?
It's fucking boots. Kenny literally said it. What are you doing?
Play some games with me. Stop throwing paper airplanes.
If a little old dude showed up in my room demanding cookies, I'm going to kick his ass.
But he plowed your wife for you.
He plowed your mom.
Those are my cookies. I have to get them wheat-free now because my body sucks, and they cost extra money.
Why do you have? They're not for you.
They're not
He
for
might
you.
not be
They are
gluten-
mine. He's trying to take my cookies.
No, they're for him.
You think I buy cookies that I can't eat?
Okay, you need to start buying cookies for your fucking
Well,
elf on a
do
shelf.
you buy dog food that you can eat?
I could eat it.
Do it.
I'd do it. But then Ripley would get mad at me because that's her food.
Yeah, she'd get mad and then shit on the floor. She gets
She don't do that
swifty.
anymore.
She does that when she's
She-
happy
she's-
too.
she's
you,
an
you can't
adult.
tell what
She
emotion
did that
she
like
has.
2 weeks ago.
Nah, dog. It never happens.
Oh yeah, you gotta get swifty. Take off your pants and your panties. Shit on the floor. Time to get swifty in here.
Skiing is on every channel. I'd be losing my mind. I'd be turning up like I'd be Jack Torrance in The Shining up in that bitch if I could only watch skiing.
I bet.
That's like the NASCAR of Norway.
I bet you'd get really into it and you'd learn all the terminology, all the different equipment they're using, all the techniques they're using, because you got nothing
I'd
else
love
to do.
Do it. I would just play games with the boys.
Yeah, you just play games with the boys.
Sorry, internet connection's not working. So the only game you're playing is
Shit.
paper airplanes into a trash can. Pew.
You don't need internet to play games. I'll
You
point
think
that
I'm gonna
out.
move to Norway without the boys?
He's bringing the boys with him. The boys are living in the barn. The boys are getting buggered in the barn.
The boys would thrive in Norway. Everyone's getting
I
buggered.
thought he was going to say the boys would thrive getting buggered by an elf in the barn.
Boys love buggering in barns. Boys' barns bugger party.
Boys' barns, bugger, elves, bigly.
Yeah. So they're gonna throw a party, but Lucas is trying to learn these people before they get wrecked. He's leaving the rules for the barn elves on the fridge. Nobody cares. We get one night where Bill sets up all these gaudy ass Christmas decorations all over the yard. Lucas is like, "No, Daddy, no!
No, Daddy, no. They celebrate.
Rockfisk Festival.
It's
But look at the Santa.
Don't put up.
It's motion activated. It works every
This is
time.
great.
Every
No
time.
matter what you wave in front of it, it works. Like that's how motion sensing works, Bill. And we all knew that Santa was also gonna get wrecked.
The Great
And I thought
Santa
they were gonna blame-
Massacre.
I thought they were gonna blame Lucas.
I did
Because
too.
I figured they were gonna say he's having like some mental breakdown thing, and everything the elf does, he's doing. Because that's how it usually goes in movies.
Yeah.
No, they don't. They don't do that. I'm proud of them. You know, that's a loving family right there.
Well, they killed Santa.
They killed Santa.
They
Everything
killed
got
Santa.
fucked up, and then they keep expecting the Nordic cops to do something. And I was like, you just don't know Nordic cops, dog. Like I was kids. Oh, you gonna do something? Oh
Now,
yeah,
if they
I'll do
had
something
killed
about it.
Nana Beard, then we got a problem. But Santa, no problem.
No problem. Nothing bad ever happens here in Norway. Cop just leaves again, like whatever. Then Bill and Carol are in the barn, and Bill almost gets Donkey Konged by
Yep.
little
I
grubbins.
think he did get Donkey Konged.
Maybe just the feet.
if he actually, I think they moved and he hit his head, because if that barrel actually fell and hit his head, we're going to the hospital or the morgue, one or the other. From that height, a barrel
Not
landed
cool,
on your head.
Grubbins. Not cool.
Nah.
Don't kill my dad, Grubbins.
I thought we were friends. Cookies.
We were friends, Grubbins.
Yeah, but he's like, we were friends, dog. Then you changed my turf.
And then Grubbins goes, it's on.
Yeah, then he'd be sneaking. Now, then we cut to like, all these neighbors showed up to the barn party. That's surprising. I didn't think they were going to show up. They should know. The last owner was murdered. They have to suspect it's a barn elf.
They just think it's haunted.
That's also not good.
I would say that's worse.
Yeah, and then Bill gets
You
up.
can't kill a ghost.
You can't kill a ghost. Bill's been practicing his Norwegian, and he gets up and he says to them, "Dear neighbors, my whale life, I have trumped to get a concoction with my nuts. Enjoy your food."
What?
And they're all just like,
Yeah, but what
angrily
what
sitting there eating
is
food.
the secret to any social engagement if you want to get people talking?
Alcohol or drugs?
Lots of
party.
it.
Yeah. Little booze, big party time. They partying hard. Little man, he hates that shit. Elf little man, not little boy Lucas man. He gets puked on at some point.
Yeah.
They're wrecking his barn. The one big, earlier grumpy Norwegian dude gives Bill a hug. It's like, no, we do that here. We hug here. And Bill was going to ask him something. And he's like, you want me to be Santa Claus, like Father Christmas on Christmas Eve? I'm like, was that actually what he was going to ask? And
Yeah,
why
I think
was he
it
gonna ask?
was. I think he was
Why
gonna
was
ask
he gonna? Do you just ask a random bearded dude to show up at your house?
Yeah.
Look, his name is Raymond, and he loves being Santa on Christmas Eve. He ain't got anything else to do.
Got nothing else to do. That's a weird thing. Weird thing. And then turns out he's made some fucking moonshine, some riot juice, riot punch.
Don't go near open flame after drinking this. That's the wrong accent.
Maybe I just won't drink this.
Oh,
Don't be
you
going
do.
near open flame after drinking this. That's
So
the wrong one
racist.
too.
Oh, God damn.
I keep wanting to do the guy making fun of the dude and his wife in the 13th Warrior. What was it? There'll never be any food for ye when you get home, or something like that. It's fine. Anyway,
My
he
mother.
starts, you ever been chased by the cops? You've ever fired 2 guns while jumping through the air, screaming, ah? It's like he wants to know about his American life. It's all good. They're bonding. Those kids, baby girl and someone else's baby girl, they're getting lit. They're drinking wine. They got into the moonshine. They're shining over there. And then mom walks up on them and like, oh yeah, they're in trouble. Because you know what? Norway isn't one of those countries where the legal drinking age is 16. It's 18 for like beer and wine, and it's 20 for hard liquor.
That's to purchase it.
Well, I feel like if that's your purchase restrictions, you're probably also not supposed to have it.
Right, but if your mom gives you a drink...
Technically, she committed a crime.
I don't think... No, not if she didn't buy it for you. What if she stole it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't buy the gun for little Timmy. It was my gun. He just took it to school and offed everybody. Yet who's still held responsible for negligence?
This isn't
In this
Detroit,
country?
Kenny. This is Norway.
It could have been filmed in Detroit. I
It's
don't
a ski
know.
pole
I've
that
never
little
been.
Timmy used to knock off everybody.
I wish that the guy that Bill was talking to was played by Tyler Labine.
Yeah.
Raymond.
That would have been
okay.
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Ray.
Would have been fantastic. Now,
Let's not cast Norwegian actors in this. I agree with you.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go
Now-
to their country and just bring a whole bunch of foreigners over to do Norwegian accents, kind of like Daniel and I have been doing.
I mean, remember, we had the British lady play an American who went over to England.
Right.
It works. It's fine. Now,
Yeah,
little...
okay,
How did I write
I
this?
can't do it. I need to listen to it.
Lyukis
Now
is
listen here,
inside
Lucas.
talking
Okay, here's
to...
what you do
There you go. That's it.
on Christmas
got
Well,
it.
Eve.
first he's trying to tell them that they're not
Porridge.
real.
They're not real. Oh, okay, I see.
Nope, you've lost it. You
It's
had
going.
it, and then
It's
you
it's
lost
going
it.
into like weird Wisconsin a little bit, or
Same place.
actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you know that there are
No, that's
barn elves
not
that
it
be
at all.
buggering?
Barn elves be needing buggering.
Been eating buggering on Christmas Eve. They like having
you make
porridge
'em a
poured
fucking
on their
porridge.
asshole, and you eat it off them, and then you're good for a whole year, eh?
You've turned Irish. Why have you turned Irish?
Because I can.
Oh, we all know the little elves. They be celebrating like the rest of us, and you eat the lucky charms out of their little...
drunk and then buggering in the barn.
You bugger in the bar, you eat the lucky charms out of their assholes, and the rainbow shoots up to the sky, and you get in your balls deep into their pot of gold.
Yay.
That was between Irish and Indian. But that's nice. That's nice.
I have not watched Short Circuit lately, but I should.
Johnny number 5, come over here and bugger this man.
Bugger this man, Johnny number 5. And if you don't do it right, I'm gonna have to get Johnny number 6.
What does that mean?
It means you're gonna fuck him up if you don't fuck his buggering.
Porridge. It's a food.
Look.
You make it out of grains.
Barn elf, he's big mad. So he's like, nah,
Well-
he's gonna be a sneaky guy. He's gonna come into the house. He's gonna make some noise to attract Bill. Leaves his hat lying in front of the stairs, going into the basement.
Sets a trap.
Waits for Bill to go over there. Fucking knocked his ass down the basement stairs. And then he's about to go bonk. Was it the daughter or the mom?
Mom, Carol.
Oh, he's gonna bonk mom's ass. But then a light gets turned on, and he gets swooped away. And then the cop comes back again. And the cop does nothing again.
Well, you
Well,
know,
what do you
then-
want her to do?
you know, Kenny. Oh,
Kill them kids.
I see you having a party here. That would have been nice to have been invited to. Okay. A little easy. Go overboard with the
Just
alcohol,
kidding.
you know. Could be a fox.
Oh yeah.
Could have been a fox. Fox
Could
got
have
in.
the window open.
I'm
Could have been,
kind of
yeah.
I'm kind of okay. 'Cause look, you just trashed the elf's house. That's where he lives. You vomited on him. You spilled alcohol and shit all over his floor. You broke glass on his floor. I think coming in and
Or
trashing
his kids bugger.
where his kids bugger other snowmen. I think coming into your house and trashing the kitchen is fine. Pushing dad down the stairs, it's an escalation.
It's like, okay, look, I did the same thing you did to me, but only because you did it to me. This is because, like, that was rude.
Yeah, this is for the musical choices you made.
This is an and one, you know? That's part of your penalty. But he doesn't seem that damaged, despite the fact that seemed like a real good blow and then fall down the stairs. But now he makes him some Lutefisk. It's a delicacy. It's a tradition. And they all hate it. And we have some, Carol's tired of the shit. She's like, no, fuck you. No reading at the table. Takes the magazine away. Because Bill ain't gonna be doing no parenting. And she's like, I ain't eating this shit. And fuck Norway. She's like, sucks.
So,
And Bill, everyone spits it out. Nobody likes the Lutefisk.
what's the last food you ate that you spit out?
Probably that roast squid in the can that Daniel and I were eating.
Oh, that was salty enough. It's fine.
It wasn't the taste. It was when I bit into that one part and there was a hard, like, rock in
That's
the
the
middle
eye,
of
buddy.
I don't know if it's a beak or what, but as soon as I bit into that hard-ass
Yeah,
thing,
it's probably the beak, yeah.
the texture was not good.
Who knew
So,
squid in a can wouldn't be good?
roast squid in a can, so it got spit down the drain and then washed down with some, like, aloe drink in my mouth.
Antifreeze.
I was eating a pizza. I thought this was a big, beautiful chunk of cheese on the pizza, and it turned out to be something called durian. Now, if you've never had
fruit.
durian pizza, you've never tasted vomit.
That's the stuff that smells really bad too, doesn't it?
It matches the taste. I don't care.
But that's one of those things where they say
surprise
once
attack.
you eat it, the smell isn't as bad anymore.
Those people lie.
Why would you put it on pizza? Doesn't matter.
That's just what
Does
we do
it
here. Oh, Papa Bear got in the
matter?
fridge. What's he doing? He's hungry. What's he
He's
doing?
eating the bugger porridge.
Don't eat the bugger porridge. That's to bugger the barnelfish.
Dad, I'm trying to get buggered here, and you're over here ruining it.
Well, let me tell you, he would have loved it. It was delicious.
Yeah, we knew it was coming, though. So now, peace was never an option. Lucas panics and takes a Lutefisk and gives it to the elf instead. I'm like, why would you do that? That seems like worse than just not giving him anything. And I was right, because the elf eats it and he gets big mad. He's never been more mad in his life.
He turns
went
into a
from
gremlin.
cookies- Yeah, he went from cookies to this ass. Nah, dog. No, big mad.
He's got those little shark teeth. His eyes go black and he just screams and it goes through the hills. And I'm like, oh no, he's summoning something.
Yeah. And Raymond shows up, still drunk, and he gets big deaded by, he's banging the hammer on the side of the barn.
Did you know what he was doing?
That was him. I thought he was calling the other elves in. I didn't know he was strategically hitting the hammer to drop one icicle on Raymond's face.
Yeah.
But they're a master of hammering and karate and friendship for everyone. So he knew how to hit it just right to drop the icicle he wanted.
Buggerman. Master of the barnelfish.
Yeah. And so Raymond's dead. He gets strung up. Then he'd be dripping blood. Bill goes out, sees it. Family's like, oh shit, we gotta go. Get in the car. Little elf man's banging on their windshield with a hammer. It's a strong windshield. And then mom, quick thinking, sprays his ass in the face with the windshield washer fluid, which is weird that it sprayed out that much. Whatever.
That's not how that works.
Unless he already dinged it up.
Nope.
And then they turn on the lights and he just does he vanish out of his clothes?
No.
He's just straight gone for a second.
No, he just falls backwards.
He falls backward. Wait, vanish out of his clothes.
I thought he was just gone. It's like the clothes, he's gone.
He's gone.
The same thing happens in reverse with me, where the second a light turns off, I'm out of my clothes.
Out of them. Then we got dwarf gangs, and those are scary. And then Bill finally gets his...
The wood elf screams and Gondor answers, okay?
Yes. They all show up. Bill says, in perfect Norwegian, do you want snow shovel up your ass? And I think they understood.
I think they said, oh, yes, please. That's part of the fine barnelfish tradition.
Yeah, come bugger me. And there's a scrum inside the house.
A scrum?
Yeah, like a skirmish, scrummage. Nobody wants to get buggered, apparently, and that's a real issue for both parties. Because one party wants to bugger, the other party doesn't want to bugger. And so they'd be fighting, and, them little elves getting their asses kicked as soon as, baby girl picks up that baseball bat.
Because there's nothing magical about these little guys.
Except they get knocked down, but they get back up again. One of them takes a Christmas throwing star to the head.
Well, he's dead.
The last one there gets his beard set on fire, and he runs out like a cartoon, jumps through the window, and does a perfect elf hole in the snow.
That's our OG barn elf.
Our main man elf. And then
Grubbins?
Then they all get up. They're about to be fucking again, and then the cops show up, and they hate cops. They're like, "Oh shit, we got scram." It could be the lights on our thing, but and that's when our cops like, "Look, I ain't got time for your shit. I got a pork belly in the oven. I'm watching Love Actually." They're at the part where he's holding up the signs. So this is really inconvenient for me. But then Grand Theft Snowmobile happens. She's out there like, what the hell is going on? Get off of that. And she stands there while it runs her over into like a little snow mound. And then it revs the engine and proceeds to shoot her.
Yeah.
Blood, guts, spitting ass all over the family.
Did you
say this point? I was like, why is this movie rated R?
Yeah. Grinded her into a jelly.
Did you start singing when that happened, like I did?
Singing?
Sheriff got run over by a barn elf, ground down into Slurpee last Christmas Eve. No? Okay.
You should know there's...
Buggerins by barnelfish.
And bring a cookie if you want some for you.
Yay!
Porridge.
But he crashed into the barn, and our barn elf is like, that's been the whole point, but you wrecked into it? Like, you're not helping me at this point. That's when he starts to turn, I think.
You know who else starts? Kitty, come over here. Come here, son. Listen, you're a man now, and I've been bitten. When I start to change, Kenny. You have to kill me, Kenny. You're almost a mess out. You can do this,
Dad.
What?
That's not how this works. I like that's right where he goes, though.
How great would it have been if that was how it worked?
I kind of thought maybe it was going to turn out that way after that, just because that would have been hilarious.
Because there's no female there's no female elves. How they?
There's
how
no
they get
You don't
Mrs.
know that.
Barnelfish.
They're like regular dwarves, man. All of them got beards. But now one of them's got a gun for a second. He picks it up and he's looking, what is this thing? And his buddy walks in and he fucking shoots him. And then he turns and points it at his face. And I'm like, don't do that. And shoots himself in the face. I'm like, oh, God.
These are little gremlins.
Little gremlins. And now they bust back into the house. Like, let's fucking party. Like, busts a vase on his own head to get the shenanigans started. They start drinking and they're like lightweights. They're all like drunk AF. And the family's upstairs hiding in the bedroom. And Bill's like, it's all my fault. And everyone's like, yeah.
It is.
I'm like, why don't you guys go down there and make friends with them now? We're partying.
Yeah, this is Norway. They could talk about their differences, right?
Yeah. And then Bill and Baby Boy decide to get on that weird little sled thing that's awesome and I want to do. And I would push Daniel around on it while I get up to speed. They're going to get out of there.
I feel like you need a long runway for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you need good snow to keep it going quick, you know? And baby girl and mom staying behind in the room. And baby girl kept some shine because she's a little alcoholic already. And we're going to make some explosive ornaments, which that's fun. And then the elves start climbing up a ladder to get up there. And they're like, oh no, here they come. And I'm like, are you guys not going to just go push down the ladder? Are you going to let them?
Oh no, they've seen 2 towers. They know.
Yeah, so they did finally walk over there. But I'm like, they seemed like they were panicking at that moment at first. I'm like, why? But then they blew their asses up, pushed down the ladder. Another pair of elves were following Dad and Baby Boy on their own sled thing. And Baby Boy's like, slam on the brakes, they'll fly right by. And they do. And then they're like, aw. And then a semi hits them. And that's great.
I wanted the moose to fuck them up.
Well, yeah, because it's all the moose. You thought the moose is going to.
It's back for
revenge. Is gonna lie.
revenge.
It is back for revenge.
No, moose don't care.
Yeah.
Those elves got hit by the same Pet Symetary truck, man. It's just...
Oh, it gets around.
It gets around. It's got a new route. You know, it goes from one country to another, just running people down. And after it does, it's got to go to the next one.
I got to get out of this country.
I don't want to be buried
in a pet Norwegian cemetery.
No warrant out for my arrest in this country.
I don't want to be buggered in a barn by an elf.
Now, my next note is, I'm
Wink.
an ass because I accepted you a long time ago. I don't know what that means.
What was your note?
That's your Nora and the kid and her brother. They're all cool with Carol being mommy.
Yeah,
they're just
cool.
being an asshole to her because that's what kids do to their parents.
Yeah, like, you're my mom. I'm going to be an ass to you, dog.
Bitch.
I want to say you're a bitch. Yeah.
Now, I was a little groggy during our big climax thing when our buddy elf turns his back on his friends he called and comes back to the family. So I missed a few details here and there. So what's this final showdown like? I know we get a gun again. We got another even older looking elf. Seems like he's standing up on top of the...
we get Whitebeard.
Well, there's a trapdoor in the barn because they kidnapped the ladies.
Yes.
And then they follow them through the trapdoor. It goes through a secret tunnel.
Daniel, what's the name of the guy who runs the elf museum? It's AGE, but I don't know how to say it anymore.
Torag?
Toraga. They go get him.
They go get him because he's got the knowledge. And he's like, he is dressed for an evening of self-romance, if you know what I'm saying.
Self-romance. You got to treat yourself.
You got to bugger yourself sometimes.
You know
no one knows how to bugger you better than you.
It's true. The way that hand swirls that drink, and he's got his pipe, and he's got his best clothes on. He's by the fire. He's like, you know what? Tonight's going to be the night.
You always got to be prepared for a buggering.
But then
dress your best.
Man, then Americans, they just fucking... They come in, they bring in the snow. No, this is not... We don't go around shooting each other in the face, Bill.
Faces and knees.
They grab him, and then they go... Okay, what I like about this movie is we start off with one barn elf, okay? And he's doing some naughty things. Then he screams, and now we have a whole swarm of barn elves. And now we're going into barn elf world. I thought just the floor of the barn was just like a little storage area. No. It's a bricked cavern passageway to the barnelfish world. We keep getting lore.
The barnelfish world.
This is great.
Which you would think the barnelfishes would live under the sea, but they don't.
They
don't.
They don't.
They don't.
I mean, what is
It's not good
winter?
buggering in the sea.
Just powdered sea.
What
You heard him.
the fuck did you just say?
Have you never
it's
gone
powdered
swimming
sea.
through powdered water?
What is winter if not just powdered sea?
Challenge
He's right.
me. It makes
You hate him because he's right.
Okay.
It's all a little blurry, but they get in there. What, Torgo gets tied up at some point?
Oh my god, Torgo. I think that's something
Torgo's
else.
tied up.
No, Torgo
Torgo's
is
my
from,
favorite character.
Is that the Hand of Manos? Isn't it Manos' Hand of Fate? Isn't that Torgo?
His name was something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Manos, the Hands of Fate. Yeah, with the backwards knees. Yeah, Torgo, he gets tied up. And there's like a gangbang going on with the elves, and he's got his gun up there, and he's like, this is Detroit! And then the little guy's like, hey man, I'm your friend again. These guys are like way crazier than I thought they were gonna be. I just wanted my barn, dog. And these guys are out here wrecking shit, and like, let's wreck them back so I can have my barn. And did you know it's bad luck to wake a sleeping elf? I wrote that down.
Daniel and I have both turned our heads slightly. One of our eyes has gone into an almost closed wink position as we're side-eye squinting at Kenny to go, what?
Bad luck to wake a sleeping elf.
What?
Torgo would tell you that.
Torgo. I don't remember this in the museum tour.
And then there's a classic peace agreement. And then
I mean, have you
Bard
heard
gets-
of the Oslo Peace Accords?
He's bringing it up. It's even funnier now. I bet this movie
It's
was
pretty
filmed
timely.
before it was that funny.
Even
Not
he
that
admits
it's funny.
it
It's
didn't
obviously
last
not
very
funny,
long, but
wah, wah.
Wah, wah. Family, look, we defeat the elves. We burn down the barn.
oh yeah.
Like, but where's little buddy gonna live? It's like, well, you can stay in the room with me. Luke is gonna get bunk beds, but they don't like that. They don't like a live-in buggering thing. Instead, they're like, oh wait, I got an idea. Why don't you go live in this museum and you can be the whole town's barn elf? So one person can piss you off and then you can burn down the whole fucking town.
Yeah.
Now the whole town has a slave.
Possibly.
Oh my! Think how great this is going to be for their infrastructure.
Huge.
He's going to be plowing all the tourists.
I was thinking plowing the roads, actually.
Mrs. Rhodes.
Bugger Blue.
Dr. Street. Mr. Hat. No, poor Mr. Book.
It's gonna be, look, Northern Lights. They're back. We see them.
We'll watch.
This is both Christmas movies we did this year had the Aurora in it.
And it has the Aurora because there's been a bunch of violent deaths.
Yeah, and buggering.
Yeah, those horses, man.
The Aurora
Horses and
only shows up
horse-drawn buggering.
when buggers be buggering.
Look, yeah, some
So-
people died. Some barnelfish died, but as a family, we
Goddamn
bonded.
barnelfishes.
And that's
family
priceless.
we bonded.
That's
the family that buggers
priceless.
together stays together.
because they're
With Torgo.
glued together by Torgo. Torglue.
Torglue.
Find it at your local superstore.
In
And
Norway.
then my last note here that I accidentally messaged to my buddy who shot me a text while I was watching this because he was asking about another movie we did. And I texted, boy and old elf are in love. And he goes, was there an elf in this movie? And I'm like, oh, wait, sorry. That was supposed to be in my show notes. That's my bad. So he's going to have to wait a while for that explanation.
Not
Not that long. But yeah, boy and old elf are in love. It's a tale as old as time.
Tale as old as time.
Truly is.
It's a love in the powdered sea. Then buggering. And only Torgo will see. You guys like this movie? I like this movie.
I loved it.
It was a good time. It really was good. You guys hyped it up quite a bit. It was missing just one, I don't know what, like a certain little thing just to slightly elevate it to that truly a legendary level for me. I don't know what it was. Like some parts of it were just, I don't know, a little unpolished as far as maybe, I don't know, maybe something with the characters. I don't know. Something just didn't completely stick the landing with me, and I can't tell you what. So, like, it's going to be behind Krampus for me still, but it's still something I'll happily watch every year. Like, I had a good time with it.
Excellent.
But when you guys are both like, oh my God, it's the best thing, and like, that's huge hype for me coming into it. I'm like, oh, this thing's going to be the best thing since sliced bread.
True.
It's the best thing. It turned out to be the best thing since porridge.
You know what porridge is, Daniel.
It's like oatmeal.
Yeah,
Okay.
for poor people.
What?
Gremlins.
Gremlins.
Krampus.
Yeah. Okay, so Gremlins, Krampus, Die Hard.
It's a Wonderful Knife.
It's a Wonderful Knife. Oh, yeah, watch that one.
We'll probably now go on to mention the same movies we maybe mentioned last year. If we mentioned them at all last year, you know, your Black Christmases, all three of them.
I would
probably.
recommend Were
Silent
Deer.
Night, Deadly Night, Were Deer.
I would recommend Were Deer.
Santa Jaws.
I would not
Nope,
recommend
not that
Santa
one.
Jaws.
Nope.
Santa Jaws is way better than Were Deer.
No, it is not.
No.
It is. Hellblazers.
Was that Christmas? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was horrible.
It's better than fucking Santa Jaws.
It's better than Were Deer. Just because you want to just because you want to bugger that deer lady.
Hey, I'm not saying
I ain't saying I don't want to bug her.
You said that. I didn't say that. I mean, I'm not gonna not say that, but you said that.
I mean, that's fair. What's the Christmas horror anthology one? We say that one all the time. I don't remember what it's called, but you know what I'm talking about, bitch.
You know what it is, bitch.
Is it not Tales from the Crypt?
Nah, dog.
Tales from Monkey Island.
A Christmas Horror Story.
A Christmas Horror Story.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I've been holding a pin this whole time and clicking it.
Well, Ryan's gonna bugger you.
I know what to stab you with the next time I see you. That's good.
It's this one right here. Sounds like
Okay.
this.
So it's blue.
Couldn't hear it.
Yep, couldn't hear it.
Goddamn pen is blue.
The pin is blue.
Well,
What are we watching next?
Well, I don't fucking know. This is a Christmas special. What's after the Christmas special? Shit, man.
We're celebrating a birthday.
Whose birthday?
Julian Sands.
Oh, is that next?
Mm-hmm. Born January 4th.
We're watching Warlock. Although we should probably do Warlock 2 so you can see a little baby Julian.
No.
Talking about dick and balls.
No, I know.
It's like Terminator.
I'd terminate her.
I watched that movie.
As always,
Oh, yeah, that's my notes. This is Terminator.
I've been your horrible at buggering host, Kenny.
I'm riding a sleigh. I got Daniel on the bottom. I got Kenny behind me, and we're just plowing through that powder sea. You know what I'm saying?
Do you have a gun?
No, we do not have guns. We are not always just shooting each other. And that's not it. That's not
And
it.
that's been Torgo.
That's been
Merry
me, Torgo.
Christmas, fuckers. Bye-bye.